Hey, what's going on, tribe? It's Red again, just hitting you guys up with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So guys, I'm out trying to get grounded because the 222 portal energies was wild. In the UK, the portal opened on the Tuesday, so Monday night I didn't get no sleep, so I'm out doing the whole grounding thing, trying to get grounded. So I'm out in nature, trying to ground in them new energies. But this video is based on life lessons, and I was talking to my sister about life lessons and stuff, because we've both been experiencing some stuff. So I was like, oh yeah, let me do a video about life lessons. And I started writing down some life lessons and some experiences that I've been through. And then it ended up turning into a channeled message. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me scrap my experience and just go share the channeled message that I was being channeled to. I think my I don't know, I'm opening up energetically wise, and I think I'm becoming a medium. I know I'm already psychic or whatever, but I think my medium powers have started to open up, which is very interesting. Like, I'm walking into rooms and lights are starting to flash and shit. But yeah, this is the channeled message about life lessons that I thought I'd share with you guys. So let's begin. We can hold on to some emotions for a whole lifetime when we don't need to. Some people will go an entire lifetime without forgiving other people, but the only person they really are hurting is themselves, walking around vexed with the whole world and for their whole lives. Other people will lose a loved one and grieve for many years. Their emotions need to be felt and released, not stored for years. Self-love is another lesson many people spend lifetimes trying to get a grip of. Feeling emotions is another one. People will literally do anything to avoid feeling emotions. Being worthy, feeling good enough, and being vulnerable. People will do anything not to feel these feelings and distract themselves through sex, drugs, or alcohol, or becoming a workaholic to avoid feeling these emotions. The whole human experience is to feel and learn and grow from your experiences. Feeling is healing on so many levels. Be more kind to yourself. Don't take life so seriously. You're meant to feel and release emotions, not store or hold on to them. You ever heard of the phrase emotions are energy in motion? This is indeed a fact. Stagnant energy can do more damage to the physical body. The more someone chooses to suppress their emotions, they can start to cause physical problems and make the body deteriorate prematurely. Any physical illness starts as a energy blockage. The longer this energy is stored in the body, the more energy it accumulates, and it will start to manifest physical problems, e.g., tumors or other illnesses. Why is your why why is yours get what? Oh, how to get your stagnant energy to move is oh, sorry. Ways to get your stagnant energy to move is through dancing, singing or shouting for the throat chakra, it's saying, jumping or running gets energy to move, right? And also ways of getting energy to move is this is more energy work. This is through Tai Chi, yoga, or Qigong. Any form of energy work. Reiki or crystal healing. For those who don't know, start getting a basic understanding of the chakra system. The chakras link in with the physical body, and you will start to understand how the body works on an energetic level. And you will learn how to unblock and balance trapped energies and get the energy flowing correctly. So basically, that is what was coming through. That is basically the message that was getting channeled through to me, and yeah, we can. I'll share some of my experience. Um, yeah, we can go so many years without either avoiding feeling, or should I say, um, for me, I was using alcohol to avoid certain feelings like losing loved ones and being unforgiving. I was using alcohol to suppress them emotions instead of feeling them, and then so I went through like a period of being unforgiving, and I basically went for years without talking to certain family members and stuff. And then when I started my journey, I when I'd done my Reiki course, there was basically I started getting I already had an understanding of the chakras to a certain degree. Like I always had crystals, but then I started getting more in tune and getting a better understanding of the chakras and how they work, and if they're blocked or unblocked, or overactive or underactive, should I say. So after I'd done my Reiki course, I was working on my heart chakra, and obviously for working with your heart chakra is learning how to forgive and loving yourself unconditionally, and love in general, basically. So when I started working on my heart chakra, um, I started my lesson that I was guided to work on was forgiveness. So I started for working on forgiving, not for the other person, but for me. Because if I'm walking around vexed at the world, holding on to them negative emotions, I'm basically stopping my own growth. So it kind of dawned on me, oh yeah, you should work on forgiveness, not for the other person but for yourself, so you can move on, basically. So I was like, okay, let me start working on the forgiveness. So I started working on with the crystals and doing Reiki on my heart chakra, and started to use certain affirmations. But I still need to work on my heart chakra. It's open, but it could, and there's certain tweaks I could be working on. So as soon as I started working on my heart chakra, I got to a point where I forgave the person, and when I forgave them, internally, externally, they come to me basically and apologized and wanted to make amends. So when you start working internally, it starts reflecting externally, as I keep saying. So I found that very interesting. So we're starting to build on a relationship now, so that's really good. So I've managed to shift out of the unforgiving, because it was about a decade. It was about a decade, 10 years I didn't speak to them, this person for. And I was walking around, them 10 years I was vexed, drinking heavily, smoking heavily, I was pushing people away, I was suppressing emotions, um, and that's all damaging to myself. The only person I was hurting was myself, and I come across a quote. Um, Being unforgiving is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die, and that's exactly what it was. Because they was walking around not happy, but they was feeling it, but not as much as I was feeling it. If that was made sense, and that was one of the life lessons that I learned, learning to forgive people, and yeah, they'll just stay with the learning to forgive people, because some people can go their entire lives being unforgiving, and the only person they're hurting is themselves. Like being even self-love. Some people spend a whole lifetime without loving themselves, and they try to find love externally instead of internally. And if you're trying to find love externally instead of internally, that's why most then people that do that tend to attract more damaging relationships that reinforce that, you should be loving yourself first, if that makes sense. Because there's a lot of us, I've experienced this, you tend to go into relationships without loving yourself and having certain expectations, and when people don't meet them expectations, you get, should I say, unhappy, should I say. And that's not a them problem. You should be working on yourself and healing yourself. I think that's another lesson that was brought up as well last year, through to 2021, is isolation and solitude. I've done a video about that. Yeah, getting comfortable with sitting with yourself. That was one for me. Like, I'm comfortable with sitting with myself, but this was like different and intense. And this last year brought me back to some of my core issues that I had to work on, and sitting with them is very unpleasant. Let me just tell you that. The healing journey isn't for the faint-hearted. If you ever meet someone who says you got to be positive and happy all the time, being spiritual, that is a lie. Listen, a lot of spirituality comes through a lot of darkness. A lot of love and light comes through a lot of darkness and pain. Let me just reinforce that, yeah? A lot of love and light comes through a lot of darkness and pain, and that's from my experience. Nearly every spiritual person that I know personally has been through, they've had it rough, innit? Until you awaken and start healing on yourself, because people are just walking around damaged people. So people neglect their inner child, and so they're walking around as grown kids, should I say. And a lot of people are more focused on the external world than the internal world. That's why it's so important to get in touch with yourself, get in touch with your inner child, so you can start healing, because life is an experience, man. And like the message was saying, we don't need to hold on to certain emotions, because they're only lessons, and we need to feel it, experience it, and then let it go, not hold on to it. Oh yeah, someone done me wrong, so I'm gonna walk around vexed. I'm bleeding like someone hurt me, so I'm just gonna be bleeding on everyone else. It's like, what? No, heal yourself, and then you can heal others and shit. Not walking around vexed for your entire life, because there's so much more to experience than certain emotions. Like if you're unforgiving, just as an example, you're gonna walk around unforgiving and mad and pissed off at the whole world, when all you need to do is, I'm not saying it's easy, it's not easy at all, don't get me wrong, but feel it, feel what you're going through. It's okay to, like, feeling is so healing, and I've done a video on that as well. And a lot of people really avoid feeling. It's so, because I was also one of them, like trying to block out and suppress feelings through drugs and alcohol. But when you actually learn to feel and express them emotions, you don't have to express them with everyone, but express them with yourself. Like if you want to cry or you're feeling hurt, we're having a human experience, and it's totally okay to feel what you're feeling. Some people, I don't know, feel things differently. So what you're experiencing is going to be totally different to someone else's experience. Yeah. So if you've been, I don't know, someone done you wrong or whatever, it might not affect someone else, but it might affect you cut you very deeply, and that's okay, because that's unique to your journey, and everything's got lessons in it. Is another thing. Everything's got lessons in it. So if you make a wrong decision, say for instance, I don't know, you're not getting a certain lesson, I don't know, maybe being more loving and forgiving, should I say, as an example. Them lessons will just keep repeating themselves until you get it. So if you keep going back to an abusive partner or whatever, that lesson will keep repeating, and it will keep getting worse and worse until you understand and get it and embody it. Some people can go a whole lifetime without acknowledging it and doing some healing work, and that's okay, that's their journey. But if you're on your spiritual path, or interested in it, you don't understand how healing feeling is. I'm just using it as an example. I actually love that saying, because I went through like a period years of my life not wanting to feel and block out certain emotions and being unforgiving, and it starts breaking you down internally. You start manifesting. I was starting to manifest like physical problems over it, like being stubborn, for instance, being a Capricorn, stubborn. I used to get a lot of knee problems, and that is problems manifest in your knees when you're being unflexible, yeah? So I went through periods of time from not being flexible and so rigid, and it started manifesting as a knee problems, and now it's started to be more kind of fluid, should I say, like more flexible and going with the flow more. Yeah, my knee problems have just basically not fully healed, but they've got much better. I remember I used to limp and everything when I used to skateboard, or when I was skateboarding. I still skateboard, but I ain't done that in a while. I've got other things to focus on. But yeah, guys, that was just a little channeled message and a little some little insight about life lessons, and that how we don't need to hold on to them, because the only person we're really damaging is ourselves during it. And to feel more, be more connected with your emotions, because that's the whole point of the human experience, man, is to feel. And that's why we incarnated is to feel the whole human experience, whether it be good emotions, bad emotions. The universe doesn't care, it just wants to experience. So affirmations is really good to help try change your mindset if you're unforgiving anyway. But yeah, that was just a little video on life lesson, guys. And if you like the video, like, share, subscribe, because I see you guys watching the videos but not hitting the like button, yeah? And like I was saying, it's just out in nature, trying to get grounded. Yeah, getting grounded, trying to ground in trying to ground in them, the 222 portal energies, man. But yeah, if you like the video, you guys know what to do. Peace, love and light, tribe. I'm gonna hit you guys up real soon.